abusia mincha na misan so mu akwa baso nkoso abusia fa wo emra channel so eda so aye be media je abusia sisi eri amene mo ekasa ya de OSP kese ajaben abusia hi si no hot waters enya asem ketwa edi ntia ene parliament asori agina majority no chese omo nsem omo eka yina ne sesa OSP office no abusia yengu no yes enemianum ya yengu no na chese yemfa sika no emfa enye adefoforo na abusia wutie se de omo si eka nsem ewo parliament otumu se majority no omo chese omo abamu abu ankasa ewo kesi ajaben chese ne side yes omo abamu abu chese omo hwe dwuma na chese nyoma na omo expertise ankakisi ajaben ebeye no abusua omo hwe animu a we are in the 12th month of the year chese omo kira scandal ba kumpo kisi ajaben emfa ho results emfa emaye na abusua omo se yengusa office no na speaker Bagbin akasa abusua enama chese ma project a eda eya screen no enter no ocheni semu we cannot continue to allocate huge sums to the OSP when we are not getting the results. Yes, we cry to say Speaker Bagbin enya kasa nkwa de abusua kianeke kisi ajaben ya na omo ebeyi no abusua na 3 news nso a project Francis Sosu MP Medina constituency ono so ede ne nsam ede aba yete se de OSP atumi ache lawyer Martin Pebu a legal private practitioner and also a member of the oral team de OSP kisi ajaben ema yeche papa editeni no na ono so ede ne nsam de aba ono so say ekwan bia so say OSP ebepiem ewo parliament na obechirim adekwanti a oche Martin Pebu lawyer Martin Pebu yes omra no mo ebechem na busia or say the OSP must be heard to parliament to explain why he detained Martin Pebu. This act should not be condoned. Abusia kiane ken just say from na air code kisi ajabe betumi akopiem ewo parliament na just say wa kire adekwanti a omo just say oditeni lawyer Martin Pebu abusia yenko na etie ne ekoso ewo parliament just say ni na efa OSP kisi ajaben yes office of the special prosecutor kisi ajaben abusia yenko na etie nsama just say omo akafa no ho wa enya nsem keto era so aye be media je abusia be se wa so be subscribe to our YouTube channel we be notification bell for more podcast update yentie ne ekoso ewo parliament na sisi
that abolishing the office of special prosecutor will not let off anybody that is found culpable when it comes to financial accountability. Zacchaeus will not be let off the hook. I can assure you. So people should not see the call for the abolition of the office of special prosecutor as an indication that those who are going to be held accountable will be let off the hook. Indeed, I will ensure that the process is even expedited. But I am strongly of the conviction that the office of special prosecutor should be abolished. Whether we are going to do it through a private member's bill, as advised by Michael Quay, or that we will call on the executive to expedite a bill that we will consider and approve to abolish it, that is for us as a house to decide. But I think that it is high time we realize that that constitutional experiment is futile. To say that because the Attorney General is appointed by the President and is a member of a political party, that he will not be functional or effective in fighting corruption. The OSP, is he coming from space? Who is nominating him? The same political process is going to generate the occupant of the office of special prosecutor. So he will not be freed of that political pressure. If we want to be serious about fighting corruption, let's do it. Political leadership at the highest level must lead. This government has been in office for about 11 months now. Mr. Speaker, we haven't reported a single scandal. And we haven't reported a single scandal because of the political commitment to ensure accountability. And we are available. Show me any scandal and we will take the person on. Mr. Speaker, political corruption is a function of political leadership. If political leadership is determined not to be corrupt, they will not be corrupt. And when they are corrupt, they will hold each other accountable. It's not about creating fanciful institutions and giving them fanciful names. We have seen it. And big budgets with all sort of perks. We've seen it. It's lived out and it's not working. Let's go back to what the Constitution has ordained. The money that we are giving to the Office of Special Prosecutor, let's resource the Attorney General's office. And I'm sure that this particular Attorney General will produce the kind of results that we expect of him. As it is now, there is some confusion in the system. Which corruption cases should the OSP, handle? Which one should the Attorney General handle? Which corruption cases should the YOCO investigate and which one should the OSP investigate? When there's a corruption case and one runs and then places its hands on it, then the other is clearly, disabled from dealing with it. Even if the one that has rushed first to take it is obviously not politically committed to fighting it. So there's clear confusion. Institutions obstructing each other. Powers blocking each other. So I think that we should use this opportunity to streamline it. Let one person lead the fight against corruption as stipulated by this Constitution. And that is the Attorney General, and that is the Minister for Justice, and that is what is provided for in our Constitution. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable members, this is a very important matter, but before we continue, let me acknowledge the presence of some distinguished guests, our colleagues and brothers and sisters from the Parliament of Liberia. We have 4 of them, led by Honorable Professor Thomas Romeo. The last name is Kuya. He's the head of the delegation and is the chairman of. We have the Councillor at Law, Ramses T. Kubuya. He is a rep of the Law Reform Commission of Liberia, and then the Councillor at Law Ernestine Morgan, the representative from the National Electoral Commission. On behalf of the Parliament of Ghana, I warmly welcome you to your own country, the Republic of Ghana, and I wish you all the best. Take time not only to learn, but also to feel the pulse of the life of Ghana. I was there not long ago when you had those crises, and I'm sure my good friend, the Speaker now, is managing, even though it's a difficult situation. A lot of our members visit you almost every weekend, and some of them say that Liberia is their second home. So please, you are warmly welcome. Yes, let me listen to Honorable Abu Jinapo on this matter before I come to the Minister for Local Government.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker, for the opportunity, as you rightly pointed out, to contribute to this very important subject. So, Speaker, first of all, I think it's absolutely important that we point out that the intendment and the motivation behind the Akufo-Addo government's effort and decision to create this office was a noble one. So, Speaker, I was Deputy Chief of Staff at the time this office was created, and I was very much involved in the deliberations and discussions leading up to the establishment of the office. And the general intent, Mr. Speaker, was really, as is captured by Hansard, was to ensure that we had a dedicated office which was focused on fighting corruption, unraveling corruption, investigating corruption, and punishing corruption. Mr. Speaker, you will agree that in some jurisdictions, particularly in the American jurisdiction, the concept of special prosecutor is very common. And then in Africa, you have South Africa. So, Speaker, yes, I take the point the majority there is made, and also to say that the legal question, in my view, Mr. Speaker, is not absolutely settled. Because if you look at Article 88 of our national constitution, Mr. Speaker, particularly Article 88(4), where all prosecutorial powers, criminal prosecutorial powers, are vested in the Attorney General. So, Speaker, today in our country, police prosecutors conduct criminal prosecutions. IOCO conduct criminal prosecutions. Yes, several institutions, SNIT and others, conduct criminal prosecutions. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, the question which arises is whether or not the Office of the Special Prosecutor is exercising delegated prosecutorial powers. Mr. Speaker, the answer to that, I think, is still at large, and I'll leave it at that. But in any event, Mr. Speaker, it is this Parliament that enacted a law to establish the Office of Special Prosecutor. That's it. And by that, I say that I do not have today conclusive answers to the legal questions. They were deliberated upon. They may not have been grounded. They may have been grounded. But the intention and the intent of President Akufo-Addo and his government is one that I believe we should celebrate, which is that he intended to set up an office dedicated to fighting corruption. Mr. Speaker, today, the question, has the Office of Special Prosecutor 8 or 9 years down the road achieved results? Or, Mr. Speaker, do they have any significant achievements when it comes to the fight against corruption? Those are matters before this House. Those are matters before the country. Those are matters that I believe the jury is out there. Has it been a successful office? Has it not? Mr. Speaker, the question is still at large, and we all have a take on it. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, the leader of government business, the leader of this House, the majority leader, has had cause to rise up in this House to indicate that the Office of Special Prosecutor is not an office which is fit for purpose. The Speaker, he's even gone a step further. He's gone to the extent of indicating that the Office of Special Prosecutor is an unconstitutional body. It's an unconstitutional office. That's exactly the point the majority leader is making. That the existence of the Office of Special Prosecutor is at variance with the provisions of our national constitution.
Okay, abusia teacher sensem na mobi ene ekokoti no message dwumadi wonya like ya obe like subscribe to the channel na afin so share dwumadi no ma foforo so nsa entumi enkebi afi abusia momienko ne nkonkotie efa ntosuminu no enkomotwetwe a ekoso ewo eye Parliament House of Ghana.
Yeah. 1 year down the road they build an office. They have a super majority. What are they telling us? What are they telling us? Just because this country, with the greatest respect, is sick and tired of talk. Talk. The leader of government business is not just the majority leader. He's a leader of government business. He's a leader of this House. He sits in cabinet. Just because he has indicated that when the bill was tabled before this House, he as member of parliament, member of the 8th parliament, just because he said he opposed the establishment of the Office of Special Prosecutor. And he indicates that his party, the NDC, opposed the establishment of the Office of Special Prosecutor. I have just indicated the policy rationale or the policy motivation for the establishment of that office by the Akufo-Addo government. So, Speaker, you yourself, you've indicated that you were also opposed to it. So, Speaker, today, the political party that opposed the establishment of the office, the member of that political party who opposed it in the 8th parliament, today majority leader, leader of government business, in the wisdom of the Ghanaian people, they have given them a super majority. Super majority. They have majority in this House. They have a super majority. Why? What's happening? What's happening in our country, Mr. Speaker? You just made that point about allocation. And you made a point about reset and the fact that we may struggle with the reset. Too much talking. The country needs action. If you believe the Office of Special Prosecutor is not fit for purpose, you have the majority, you call us micro-minority, we are mighty minority indeed. Repeal it! What are you waiting for? 1 year down the road, we are still being given sermons and being given lectures and being told that this office is unconstitutional. Mr. Speaker, because with the greatest of respect, one of their own was touched. Because one of their own was touched. And Mr. Speaker, you just made that point not too long ago, that we should be careful when we enact laws and when we apply the laws. Mr. Speaker, because when you're on the right-hand side of the speaker, and certain actions are being taken, Mr. Speaker, many a times we just tend to think that it will not affect us. Mr. Speaker, needless to point out that the history is here. The history is there for us to appreciate that the law on causing financial loss to the state, Mr. Speaker, is only caught up with people or persons from the side which passed the law, which is why the point the Speaker made is a very important point. The law, when it's respected and when it's applied fairly, works for all of us, regardless of where you find yourself. Of course, lawyer Martin Kwebu is somebody I know very well. And indeed, yesterday, Mr. Speaker, when I heard the news that he had been arrested by the Office of Special Prosecutor, I even attempted to reach out to him. But it should never be the case, Mr. Speaker, that when Wontumi is arrested and put behind bars and told to bring bail conditions of 100 million Ghana cedis, and he stays in prison for 1 month, 2 months, Mr. Speaker, when we all know too well that basic teaching of law, criminal law, tells you that bail should never be used as a form or a means of punishment. That one, it is okay. Mr. Speaker, when Osesibi is still in custody today because he's been subjected to onerous and reasonable bail conditions which he cannot meet, Mr. Speaker, he's been told to satisfy a bail condition of 650 million Ghana cedis. Mr. Speaker, that one is fine. When bail should not be used as a tool of punishment. We didn't hear the majority leader. Mr. Speaker, when several other people, look, Mr. Speaker, we have seen it in this country several times. Government changes, and then some of these measures are put in place. Political opponents are put behind bars. When Paul Adumochi was arrested by the OSP, the Office of Special Prosecutor, because allegedly Paul Adumochi had been critical of the office, when he was arrested and put behind bars, the Speaker, and some of us raised our voices, the majority leader's voice and the majority side was mute. Because today, it is lawyer Martin Kwebu. Mr. Speaker, when the law is applied unfairly against Wontumi, it is bad. When it's applied unfairly against Osesibi, it is bad. When it's applied against Paul Adumochi, it is bad. When it is applied against Martin Kwebu, Mr. Speaker, it is indeed bad. We make laws and make good laws to the best of our ability for all of us, and we respect the law for all of us. Mr. Speaker, I want to conclude by indicating that what happened yesterday is a wake-up call to all of us, that when the law is applied unfairly against a citizen, it doesn't matter whether he's from the north or the south. Mr. Speaker, it doesn't matter whether he's an NDC member or an MPP member. Let us insist, that is our only safeguard, that if the